I feel like they will also. Look at this Chariot 601. It's almost like if they share this, if they go for this, they want to know 100% that they're gonna win. Hello, dear Scorpios. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Scorpio season. Today we're doing your reading again. Watch this video if you're Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. It's Scorpio season. Scorpio is in Venus. No, Venus is in Scorpio now. Sun is in Scorpio now. We're about to have a lunar eclipse in the sign of Taurus in your 7th house. So pretty important time for all the Scorpios watching. Give this video a big thumbs up before we get started. So we're going to talk today. Today's video is going to be about this current energy and the energy, how it's going to affect you, how current energies are going to be affecting you until the end of this year. It's crazy, but we are almost done with 2022. So wow, what a ride, right? So this reading is from whenever you watch this till the end of 2022 and early 2023. Now, I do have one announcement. So 2023 personalized prediction is still available in my shop. I think we actually extended the early bird until the end of first week of November. So check it out. It's basically your personalized astrology and tarot prediction with your chart and tarot cards as well. So it's like very full prediction. We've been doing this for like 3 years at this point. So it's like always sells out closer, you know, towards the new year. So I still have some spots open, so make sure you check it out. And also I have availability for one last, this is like officially, I closed this listing like, I don't know, it was in spring of last year, but I do have availability for one more private tarot one-on-one student where I teach you pretty much one-on-one tarot, all my secrets, how I read, pretty much anything and everything you want to learn about tarot. Link to that's going to be in the description box below. Again, it's like some stuff that I just added, you know, last minute because I have some time still open. So yeah, check it out. And anyway, without any further ado, let's get started with your reading, Scorpios. Let's start with this deck today. Let's just see and let's go, like, let's take a look at this current energy for you. I haven't used this deck in a while. Let's just see what's going on for all my Scorpios. Scorpio. I feel like you're gonna be discovering something very major. I don't know what it means. It's like there's gonna be a sense of discovery, like you're gonna be having this aha moment. Maybe it's something you've been persisting about, trying to figure out, trying to like get ahead with it. It might have been a lot of hard work. You might have been feeling like, oh my God, why does this feel like so much work? So I don't know if it's about actual work or it's about something else. Maybe it's about your manifestation. Maybe it's about, I don't know, some kind of personal goal of yours. I'm not sure, to be honest, but I feel like you've been trying to make something happen. You were wondering, will this ever happen? And then you'll be like, boom, you finally arrived. So not sure what it is. Let's take a look. All right, oh, look at this, your first card, Knight of Emotions. So this is Knight of Cups in traditional tarot, and well, this is about love. I was gonna say, I don't want to really start this reading as just like going straight to love. Let's see what the general energy is, but here, you know, it's loud and clear. You have a message of love. So I feel like right now, obviously, with the eclipse that we have, you know, in your 7th house, lunar eclipses typically are about endings. However, this kind of lunar eclipse is not so basic, so to say, because, well, first of all, it's a lunar eclipse in Taurus, your 7th house. It is together with Uranus. It is together also with the North Node, which represents new beginnings. It is opposite Venus and Scorpio, which is, you know, also your planet of love. It is squaring as well. You know, it's squaring Saturn as well. So it's like a lot's going on, you know, with this particular eclipse. It's not some kind of energy that's just, oh, it's about endings or beginnings. I feel like there could be simultaneously happening a very big chapter end, maybe cycle end in your relationships, and also a new beginning. But it's like not just a new beginning where it's, oh my God, that's a new relationship. It could be something like where it's a new, total transformed situation of your love life, how you do relationships, how you act in relationships, the kind of partner you're with. And again, in a way, kind of like this is the eclipse that's in line with everything we've been talking about since pretty much, I don't know, spring or like summer for sure. I know I've been talking about this in summer with your readings, but this is like further reinforcing this energy. And of course, Knight of Cups is your card. There is an energy of falling in love. There's definitely romantic opportunities for you, whether you're single or if you're with someone. There could be like a sense of falling in love again. Let's see a little bit more. I like Knight of Cups here. It's like knight in shining armor, knight on a white horse, something like that. And we have here Three of Materials, which I believe is Three of Pentacles in traditional tarot. So it's kind of like building up. So there is almost like this romantic offer of love, but there is also something where you can literally build with this energy. Like there is a lot you can, I feel like, create together. You might be with somebody creative. You might be with someone who wants to create with you. So maybe you both are artists or have shared maybe creative passions. And I feel like it's, by the way, it's not something you might know about immediately. It might be something that will happen within 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 years, even for some of you. But there's going to be some kind of project you're going to embark on with a person. I feel like who initially you have a like romantic attraction to. And we have here Six of Voices. Six of Voices is the Six of Swords in this card. So it's almost like, it's interesting energies today, this reading. Let me see how this works. I feel like there is someone who is literally in your hands. Like you have somebody literally in your, how do they say this? When you have somebody in your grasp. So like in your hands, like they're literally almost like completely yours, you know, they're in your hands, but it might not look like that. You know, maybe they don't want to show. You might be with someone who you might be with together, dating, in a relationship. This person might not fully show just how much power you have over them. I feel like you have power over someone here. And it's almost like, sometimes I feel like when you let them be, maybe give them a little bit space, that only further reinforces their understanding of that they can't actually like go much far. Even when they seem far, they don't really go much far. Now again, be of course careful. I'm not talking about, you know, a situation where, let's just say you've broken up with someone and just like there's been years and whatever, they moved on, you moved on. I'm talking about like when you actually know like you two are together and, you know, like relationship or connections there. If it's not that, it could also be you might be like manifesting something new or someone new, and sometimes you are not sure like how close you are to manifestation of like, let's just say soulmate or something like that, but it's actually much closer. You're like literally almost physically created them or creating them in your reality. We have here Nine of Voices as well, which is traditionally Nine of Swords in traditional tarot. So I feel like it's important for you in the months of November especially, and also in the months of December, to let go of any kind of worries and tune into your intuition. If you find yourself being in a space where you're more worried, I'm almost getting that it's kind of like a sign for you that you're being drained, your energy is drained. It's important for you, instead of getting worried, which I know is easier said than done, obviously, instead of getting worried, it's kind of like pulling back your energy into maybe resting, meditating, any kind of spiritual practice you practice, something like that, where the energy is not like, where you basically take control of how much you allow your energy to be drained. Because I recognize this card here as basically wasting energy on something that like I feel like is just a waste. Okay, and we have here Seven of Materials. Let me see, let's take one more card. Seven of Materials, and we have here Muse of Voices. So Seven of Materials is Seven of Pentacles, Muse of Voices, Ace of Cups. I'm just getting that there is a lot of different energies that's going to start moving for you in the months of November and December. There are going to be opportunities, and this is like even outside of romantic stuff, there are going to be, I feel like, opportunities that you will recognize, and they will serve kind of like, some of you, I see you also could be traveling, flying somewhere, but also I feel like you will see opportunities in career, perhaps opportunities for creativity, which will allow you to go towards literally like a change. So if you, let's say, wanted to get a new job because you want to get into a different place, move to a different state, city, country, something like that, you will get that. Like you will really, there's a very there's a very high chance for you receiving that. So this is looking very, very, very nice for the months of November and December. We're looking at December here as well. Now I want to go into traditional tarot, and I want to see specifically what's happening for you in love, because, well, you know, Venus is in Scorpio. This is a very potent time for you to have a breakthrough of some sort. I feel like this is also a very potent time for you to let go of previous baggage connected to love, maybe. If there's somebody who you really want to say goodbye to, also excellent time for like really big dramatic chapter chance, dramatic like chapter ends. And what else? Yeah, saying even goodbye to like old patterns, old type of doing things. You can change everything now. This is a very potent time for manifestation as well, where you can literally just shift timelines. I don't particularly, by the way, like advise necessarily using eclipses to manifest, because the energy is very, in general, even new moons or full moons, they are kind of like time of just surrendering more so. But however, energies like right now, given like Venus is making oppositions to to Uranus, and Venus is with South Node, Moon is going to be with North Node. This is a potent time to shift timelines. So any kind of manifestation which is directed towards you shifting timelines with love, maybe like, let's just say you start dating someone, and at first like they chasing you, and then something happens, some kind of timeline shifts, maybe not necessarily in your favor, where you find yourself putting more effort, and now you're like, oh, okay, how do I go back to the timeline where this person is all over me? Maybe they work less, I don't know, just make sure they don't lose their job, or like like, how do I manifest the timeline? Like, you can shift back to like that state, or maybe receiving more attention, or I don't know, like there is a possibility basically to change what you don't like right now. Let's see what's gonna happen with love for my Scorpios till the end of the year. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. All right. Ooh, Four of Wands. So congratulations, Scorpios. I do think this is a very positive card, obviously, Four of Wands. And I know I always read tarot so specifically, like I always tell specific stories, almost like in my readings. Today, I want to just go card by card, where I just talk like a little bit more general about cards. But with Four of Wands, of course, it is always a very positive sign. It is a very positive card. Why? Of course, it's usually like Four of Wands is a marriage ceremony. So there is something we're celebrating. There is something that's very good. For some of you, it's literally engagement, wedding, maybe yours, maybe you're just attending one. Or if not, it could be a sense of moving to a new place, or some positive changes when it comes to your home. It could be that there is just like maybe in your relationship that's becoming more official. Maybe it's a happiness. It's like gathering with loved ones over dinner table, stuff like that. So very good sign with your first card, Four of Wands. Let's keep going. And we have your Chariot. So yeah, for some of you, you might even move to a different city, state, or there's some kind of travel involved, but it's all very happy things. Like with the Chariot card, it's like you know what you want, you're pursuing it, you are being pursued as well. For those of you dating, there is a sense of like, let's go, let's keep moving forward. If you're in a relationship, especially, or in a new connection, I do sense that like there is going to be a sense of, okay, we are finally moving forward. We have here Eight of Cups. I do see, however, you also leaving something behind. I don't think it's the same situation. I feel like if there's been a situation that's been unbalanced, so maybe there's been something that's like did not work out, and for a while you needed to just like say final goodbye to someone or something, that's an opportunity right there. Also for some of you, the partner you're dealing with, maybe they still also had some kind of hang up over the past partner, past situation. It's something that's ended, I feel like, but it's something that, you know how sometimes things end but you still think about them. I do think that they're releasing and letting go of that as well, because don't forget, guys, even though when we look at the eclipse, let's say like this one, lunar eclipse in Taurus in your 7th house, yes, it does show you, but it also shows the events of your partner, like what is happening in their life. So they might be finally able to say goodbye to something that I feel like was hard for them to say goodbye to. And again, it might have been, I actually see for most of you, it's someone or something from way past before you, but maybe that's been a relationship that's like really left a mark on them, where they did not open up to anyone fully before, and things like this. So I feel like they're finally removing some kind of bondage, almost, like I want to say. Let's see what else for my Scorpio love life until the end of the year. We have here Knight of Pentacles. We have your Page of Swords. I do see there's offers coming, some kind of offer. I feel like it's about relationship. I also feel like you're learning to communicate better. You're learning to express your needs better. If there's been any kind of issues in your relationships or connections because of unbalanced communication, I see you will be healing that. There is also a lot of healing energy, healthier, becoming healthier. Maybe together with your partner, you're like deciding, hey, listen, let's not drink too much. Let's not, I don't know, do this and this too much. Let's eat healthier. There is some kind of, I feel like, offer communication movement towards stability where we're like, let's do things in a more balanced way. Tell me more about the situation that's being left behind. 7 of Wands. Yeah, it's been something that's been, again, it could be you, could be your person. I'm not sure. They're showing me this as a general energy. There has been something that's almost been like, it needed to be fought off. Like it's been maybe a defense system. You know how sometimes also people go through a heartbreak? Again, could be you as well, Scorpio. But people sometimes go through a heartbreak and it's not necessarily always a conscious thing. But because they are so scared to experience it again, they kind of use that situation as an escape mechanism, almost like, well, I've been so hurt, I will never open up to anyone again. And it's like feelings might be gone, situation gone, everybody moved on, and everything changed since then. And not to say, like, let's just say it was not like real love or anything like that. No, I'm not talking about that. It's more like sometimes you become emotionally unavailable, or somebody here was emotionally unavailable because of that situation, but it was, I don't want to say excuse because it's kind of harsh, but it's almost was something that they consciously allowed them to keep them closed off. But I feel like that is over now and somebody here is really opening up towards the future. What can the future bring us? How can we make this future happen? Let's see about your partner, whoever you're dealing with. How are they doing in the months of also November and December? Ace of Cups. Yeah, there is an offer of love here. There is a feeling, you know, falling in love, offering love, bringing love, feeling love as well. So again, you know, everything makes a lot of sense here because it's like, yeah, I feel like somebody here finally understands that the only way you can feel like you have everything in the world is when you open your heart to love. It's the highest, you know, like in Romance Angels cards, open your heart to receiving the highest energy of it all. There's somebody here who maybe also feels like you are such a catch and being with you literally makes them feel like they are on top of the world. 8 of Pentacles, person could be a hard worker, also wants to work relationship. We have a Ace of Wands with the 2 of Swords. Ace of Wands represents a lot of passion, so there is a renewed passion for a lot of you in a relationship. 2 of Swords, I feel like here there is still something where they're now 100% almost like now 100% open. Let me clarify 2 of Swords. What is this closed offness about? Yeah, it's like there is something, you might be dealing with someone who, I don't want to say that they're heartbroken. I don't think that that's what it is. But I feel like it also could be mutual, by the way. You, let's say, like, you know, Scorpio, you trust issues very often. Or sometimes when Scorpios also like sabotage relationships, which I don't say all of you are doing that. Or even certain obsessiveness, like all these qualities. It's not, you know, also something that's just, how to say, comes out of nowhere, right? It's something usually that's a result of a broken heart. Like you had certain heartbreaks, you had certain disappointments in the past. That's why there are certain behaviors right now, which you might be sometimes conscious of, sometimes not even conscious of. So I'm not saying that like, oh, they are so broken or you're so broken that it's going to be so much like work to heal this. I feel like you both probably have certain, you know, negative experiences in relationships, negative experiences with people, which sometimes I feel like, which sometimes make you act a certain way. So the way I'm seeing this here is that maybe even with this person, you both sometimes acted distant or were distancing yourselves from each other before creating some kind of conflict in a relationship. I feel like in November and December, what's going to change is that you both are going to see, maybe like sacrifice the ego in the relationship, and you both are going to basically see, why is this person act this way? Like maybe, let's say you really wanted commitment, for example, and they really didn't want commitment, not because the two of you didn't love each other or one loved another one didn't love, but maybe it had to do, you were screwed over before when, let's just say, people just string you along and never gave you commitment. but had the opposite. Maybe they were forced to go into some kind of commitment, blackmailed or some, I don't know, some kind of crazy stuff comes to my mind right now, and they didn't want that, and they lost a lot of freedom in that situation. That's why they're scared of commitment, not because they don't want to give it to you or whatever. Like, so they think that you might, do this to them again, and you think that, oh, if they're not gonna like commit right the second, they're gonna just string me along and just ruin my life. And again, I'm obviously have your boundaries, know what you want, communicate it ideally. Again, there's a very big focus here on communicating, healing communication here. But basically, I think what's gonna happen is that for a lot of you in a connection, you're going to start to understand where another person is coming from, and I think it's gonna be mutual. They are going to start understanding where you are coming from. What are the experiences you've had that made you maybe act a certain way, have certain type of behavior, have certain type of fears? And I think it's actually like something that's, let me see, how is this going to turn out? Justice. Yeah, there is going to be more balance. There is going to be almost like how to say this, yeah, there's almost going to be balance and understanding how to move forward. So maybe before you couldn't understand each other, you were not on the same page, but now it's like, oh, okay, now I see why. Yeah, we have the Tower and we have here King of Cups, because also for some of you, it's like, it's the same fear of falling in love and then something going bad or going wrong. But look at this, you're like literally have very similar perhaps fears, even though it seems like they're different fears. They are actually similar, so you might be understanding like how, wow, we are so similar in certain ways. And with the Tower card, there is a big fear, like, okay, so what if we fall in love and everything, like breaks apart or something? Let's clarify the Tower further. Three of Cups. There is fear, like, let me see. I feel like, for those of you who are also suspicious of another person not saying something to you, they might sometimes avoid certain subjects of conversations. But I feel like with the Six of Cups to the Three of Cups, it's more like, I don't know, it's not something that looks to me suspicious. It's more like, again, one of those things where people need to open up. Of course, you know your situation better. If you know something weird's going on, you do you, listen to yourself. Six of Cups to Three of Cups, also for some of you, there's going to be a renewed sense of like having fun, enjoying yourselves. Let's see more. Queen of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. I feel like especially for those of you who've been kind of, I don't know, October, to me personally, Scorpio rising is always such a freaking weird month with all the, most of the time, right, Libra energy in the 12th house. So for some of you, maybe October was such a weird month. You were like not sure what's going on, weird energy, all this eclipses also now. For some of you, I feel like you will finally be feeling like you're back, on top of your game, going forward in November and moving into December, like you're finally manifesting everything you want, feeling the sense of abundance. You have your love, you have career going, financial opportunities, maybe social events you're attending here. Basically, you're back in manifestation. Also, for those of you who've been getting into like manifesting things, changing your routine, maybe doing some kind of things before you sleep where you recite, I don't know, mantras I'm seeing for some people, or listening to some kind of audio clips, like, those things reprogram your mind and stuff. Like some of you were skeptical about this stuff, but you're giving it a shot right now, I'm feeling, and I see it, interestingly enough, it gives very good results. Let's see. Yeah, we have here the Hanged Man. I feel like it's a sacrifice of something here. Sacrifice of ego. I was listening to one tarot reader recently, and he was interpreting Hanged Man as sacrifice of ego in a relationship. And I thought like, wow, this is actually very interesting perspective on a card, right? Because sometimes we look at Hanged Man as like, oh my God, you're stuck. There is a delay. There is this, there is that. Which definitely could be, but I feel like the Hanged Man ultimately is enlightenment, because he's had, right, here is like he's in this enlightened energy. So sometimes when you let go, right, when you sacrifice what feels like, right, this control, holding on to something, afraid to lose control, like Linkin Park song, like you actually can move now towards more calmer, peaceful waters. There is actually light that's coming. Yeah, because when you hold on, I feel like when you hold on too much, that's where like balance becomes tricky. You might start overgiving or feeling like you don't receive enough, or you have to fight for everything so hard. It doesn't have to be that way. Because with the Sun card, I'm just getting, like especially as we're going to be moving into like, right now we have Scorpio planets, but like moving into December as well, and even second half of November, there's going to be all the Sagittarius planets. You're going to start feeling very, very like a sunshine, like walking on sunshine again. Yeah, High Priestess, you have the Hermit. No, it's a balance as well for you when you have some of this time alone. I feel like honoring your spiritual practices goes a long way, because sometimes when you disconnect from them, you kind of like go back into your darker side of Scorpio, like, you know, with the Ten of Swords, sort of expecting the worst of relationship, which is not the case here, because I feel like with the Two of Cups to the Knight of Cups especially, you have someone, again, if you're single, you are manifesting, you're very close to manifesting somebody who just comes in and like loves you and there's affection, attraction. If you're with someone, you have, I feel like, you know, somebody who does have feelings for you, romantic feelings are worth exploring here. Let's just see, let's take a Romance Angel card. Okay, this card wants to come out very soon. This card been coming out for Scorpios, I don't know, like non-stop this year. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And yeah, maybe for some of you, it's about desire, like manifesting better outcomes in relationship, manifesting better dynamic in a relationship. Again, if something's been off balance, I feel like things will really start turning, as you know, as we are like done with this eclipse. There's a narrative change that's happening. I definitely see it. So anyway, we'll take this to the extended. In the extended, what I want to do today, I want to look at November and December more in detail, any specific things we need to watch out for. I also want to look at the perspective of situation that you have going on, of your person, like how does your person see the situation, what their needs maybe are, how you could maybe like help them, how they feel, what their intentions are towards you. Again, it's a very positive reading, because I feel like wherever you are currently, even though there's some issues, I feel like you're purging and letting that go. And especially if you've been feeling more down recently, like you were not yourself and started doubting things, being off balance, I feel like you're really coming back to basically, like, the word that I'm literally hearing is being on top of your game. Queen of Wands in my reads very often comes off as a Scorpio card, because, well, it just does. And you know, you do have Leo midheaven, especially Scorpio risings. There's a black cat here, so I know that it's a fire sign normally, but in my readings, once again, Queen of Wands is a Scorpio card, because it's like wearing Scorpio is basically in their nice, lovely, passionate self. So I do see like you coming back to the top of your game. There's definitely a lot of romantic energy for you in the months November and December as well. So let's see how the situation will play out. What do you need to be aware of? Link to the extent is going to be down below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.